When we think of Money Heist, the first thing that comes to mind is robbery, masks, and guns. But if you look beyond the thrilling drama, the show is much more than a heist story. It's a reflection of life, strategy, emotions, and the human spirit. Each character, each dialogue, and each twist has something to teach us. Here are 8 powerful motivational and inspirational lessons that we can learn from Money Heist, explained in detail with real-life examples. 1. Planning is the real power. The most significant lesson from Money Heist is that victory doesn't always belong to the strongest or the fastest, but to the one who has the best plan. The professor is the perfect embodiment of this. He spent years studying every corner of the Royal Mint of Spain and the Bank of Spain. He prepared for every possible scenario and had a solution ready for every what-if. That's why, no matter how many unexpected challenges appeared, his plan always gave the team a direction. In real life too, success without planning is like shooting arrows in the dark. Whether it's preparing for an exam, starting a business, or building a career, a solid plan provides clarity and confidence. For example, imagine a student preparing for a competitive exam. If they study randomly, their chances of success are slim. But if they make a structured timetable, analyze past papers, and prepare step by step, their probability of success increases drastically. Planning doesn't just guide, it empowers too. Teamwork is everything. One of the biggest takeaways from the show is the importance of teamwork. The heist would have been impossible if every member acted alone. Tokyo, Berlin, Nairobi, Denver, Rio, and Helsinki each had unique strengths and weaknesses. Professor recognized each person's qualities and assigned them roles accordingly. That balance is why an impossible mission became possible. In real life, no one achieves greatness alone. Business, sports, science, or big projects, victories are born from collaboration. For example, think of a startup. A founder cannot handle coding, marketing, finance, and customer support all alone. But when they build a balanced team, a tech expert, a marketer, a designer, and a finance handler, that startup can truly scale. Teamwork multiplies strength, while isolation limits growth. 3. Adaptability is survival. No matter how perfect a plan is, reality always throws surprises. In Money Heist, this happened multiple times, when police took unexpected steps, when the media added pressure, or when emotional breakdowns occurred. Each time, the professor and his crew had to adapt quickly and find new solutions. Adaptability is one of the most vital skills in real life too. The world is constantly changing. Technology evolves, job markets shift, crises occur without warning. Those who adjust quickly are the ones who survive and grow. Take the 2020 pandemic as an example. Suddenly, the world shut down. Businesses that quickly shifted online survived, while many that resisted change collapsed. Teachers who adapted to online classes continued their careers. Those who didn't struggled. Just like the professor, life rewards those who embrace adaptability. 4. Never underestimate the power of hope. One of the most powerful lines in the show comes from Nairobi, "The sun will rise tomorrow." This wasn't just a dialogue, it was the essence of the entire series. No matter how dark the situation, hope must never be lost. Hope is what kept the team going, what gave them the strength to face impossible odds. In real life too, hope is what keeps us moving through failures and hardships. Imagine someone failing multiple times in job interviews. Without hope, they'd quit. But with hope, they try again, learn from mistakes, and eventually succeed. That's the difference between winners and quitters. Nairobi's optimism wasn't blind. It was a reminder that as long as we believe in tomorrow, there's always a reason to fight today. 5. Discipline and patience win the long game. The heist was not a short sprint. It was a marathon. And marathons are won with patience and discipline. Professor embodied this. No matter how chaotic things got, he stayed calm, composed, and focused. His discipline gave the entire crew a sense of balance. In life, discipline and patience form the foundation of real success. For instance, think about fitness. People often join a gym expecting six-pack abs in a month, but real transformation only comes with consistent effort, daily discipline, and patience over months or years. The same goes for career growth, education, or business. Results may take time, but steady discipline ensures they eventually come. Just like the professor, those who master patience end up mastering success. 6. Take smart risks. The heist itself was a massive risk, but it wasn't foolish, it was calculated. Professor and his team didn't dive into chaos blindly. Every risk was backed by careful planning. This is the difference between reckless risk and smart risk. Real life demands risk-taking too, but the kind that is calculated. Great achievements always involve stepping outside the comfort zone. Entrepreneurs, scientists, athletes, none of them grew by playing safe. Take Elon Musk, for example. He sold PayPal and invested everything into Tesla and SpaceX, despite the world laughing at him. It was a massive risk, but a calculated one. Today, those risks define the future of space travel and electric cars. Money Heist teaches us not to fear risk, but to prepare for it intelligently and then step forward courageously. 7. Sacrifice and loyalty define true leadership time and again. Money Heist shows us that sacrifice and loyalty are what hold a team together. Moscow sacrificed his life for Denver. Berlin fought till the end so the crew could escape. Nairobi risked herself repeatedly for the safety of the team. These acts weren't just emotional, they were the glue that kept everyone united. In real life too, loyalty and sacrifice are essential. True leadership isn't about using people, it's about standing with them. For example, if a corporate leader expects loyalty from their team but never supports them in return, the team will never feel inspired. But when leaders share struggles, make sacrifices, and protect their people, the team gives back tenfold. Loyalty breeds loyalty, and sacrifice breeds respect. That's why the Money Heist crew was willing to follow the professor to the very end. 8. Legacy is bigger than money. The show may be called Money Heist, but if you look deeper, it's not just about money. Professor and his team weren't chasing wealth alone. They wanted to send a message. Their heist was a rebellion, a statement against a corrupt system. Their ultimate goal wasn't just to get rich, but to leave a legacy. This is perhaps the greatest life lesson. Money is important, but legacy is eternal. People don't remember you for how much you earned, but for how much impact you created. Steve Jobs isn't remembered for being rich, but for changing technology forever. Abdul Sadr Ed Hai isn't remembered for wealth, but for dedicating his life to serving humanity. Nelson Mandela isn't remembered for possessions, but for his fight for justice and freedom. Money Heist reminds us to think beyond money and aim to leave behind a legacy that inspires generations. Final reflection: at first glance, Money Heist may look like a thrilling crime drama. But if you dive deeper, it's a masterclass in life itself. Planning provides clarity, teamwork multiplies strength, adaptability ensures survival, hope keeps us moving, discipline and patience win the long game. Smart risk-taking drives growth, sacrifice and loyalty create true leadership, and legacy greater than money makes us immortal. The professor and his crew show us that victory is not just about wealth or power. It's about vision, courage, and determination. And maybe that's why Money Heist resonated with millions worldwide. It wasn't just a show, it became an inspiration.